Hi, friends. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm Wendy, and welcome to my mobile home sweet home. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the mobile home park that I live in and maybe even take you on a little tour. I like to ride my bike around the park, and I thought that maybe I would take you along for my bike ride today. We'll see how that works out. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this mobile home park and maybe some of the pros and cons of living in a mobile home park. It's obviously not for everybody. Most people probably would prefer not to live in a mobile home park, but for me, at the stage of life that I'm in, I don't want the responsibility of owning and maintaining any property, and I'm perfectly content to just have my lot that I live on. That's more than enough for me to take care of and upkeep and that. In fact, I recently just bought myself a lawnmower finally. I've been paying a lawn service every month to mow my lawn, which you are expected to do out here. But my neighbor had bought one of those battery operated lawnmower, and my lawn guy hadn't shown up for a few weeks. It turned out that he actually got COVID. So I felt really bad as I was okay. I was mad that he didn't show up. But so my neighbor offered to let me use her lawnmower. So I thought, well, why not? I can do that. So, man, I just couldn't believe how easy it was to operate. It was just nothing to it. So I thought, I'm going to buy one of these because it more than would pay for itself for what I pay to have someone else mow my lawn, 30 bucks a pop. So yeah, it worked. It's going to work out really good, I think, for me. But anyway, there is a very specific set of rules out here that you are expected to follow, and one of them being upkeep of your space, your home, and your yard. And if your yard gets too bad, like if you let your grass get really long and you just clearly are neglecting it, they will have someone come mow it for you and charge you. They don't put up with any baloney out here, which is good. Nobody wants to, be that guy that, has the crappiest lawn in the park that nobody wants to live by. So, it is nice that everybody goes to great lengths to make their lawns look really nice out here. I think there's like some kind of little secret competition between some of these people about who can have the nicest lawn. I've kind of heard little whispers about that here and there, but I don't get involved in any of that stuff. I just pretty much keep to myself as much as possible. Like, for instance, they have a monthly potluck out here, and I've lived here almost 11 years and haven't been to a one. It's kind of gotten to be a joke with my neighbor. She's, yeah, Wendy never goes to the potluck. She's a hermit. That's not true. Well, no, that's not true. I'm not a hermit. I'm actually pretty friendly, but it's really cute because on our row, the people all myself and the women across the street from me, we're the youngsters out here. I'm 63 and she is too, and everyone around us is in their late 80s to early 90s. The woman next door to me is 92. You would never know it, man. She is on the go, and she just marches around and does her thing, and gosh, she's really something. But everybody's really nice, and it just kind of becomes a little community here, where you look out for each other, and we like to do that. So, but anyway, one of the things I love about living out here is we have a very low crime rate here. Thank you, Jesus. I live in a town of about 4,000 people, and one stoplight, the whole 9 yards. It's Mayberry, or but I love it. I actually grew up here. I've lived here pretty much forever, except about 2 years. I lived in Idaho about 20 years ago, but which I loved very much. But my family's here, and I went to high school here and everything. So it's the hometown deal where you go to the grocery store and you know everybody you see, and that can either be a good or a bad thing. But I've gotten to where I don't mind it. I actually kind of enjoy it now that I've gotten older. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so I feel very safe here. And that means a lot to me because for a woman living alone, that's a big deal, being safe and secure in your home. That doesn't mean that I don't lock my doors or anything. I'm very vigilant about that. Every window, every door is always locked, even during the day. It's just a habit I've gotten into living alone for so many years, and I just I wanted to develop the habit of it so that that would hopefully cut down on forgetting to lock my doors. So I am very, very vigilant about that. But I do feel really safe here, and that is definitely a pro. That's kind of at the top of the list of the pros and cons. But I also very much like, now that I've gotten used to it, I like the closeness of my neighbors because I know they look out for me. Like I said, we all kind of look out for each other. Like, for instance, one morning, for whatever reason, forgot to open my blinds, and I'm a very early riser. I get up anywhere between 4 and 5 every morning. I know it's weird. People think I'm crazy, but I actually like that time of day. I like to get up when it's still dark out and it's just quiet, and I just like that. But anyway, that one day I had not opened my blind as early as I normally do, and my neighbor across the street called me and, are you okay? And yeah, why wouldn't I be? And she says, well, your blind isn't open. Oh, God, I totally forgot. I can't believe I did that. But, so that's another positive aspect of living here, is that I know if I'm having a problem, there's someone there that will help me. So that is also really important to me. So, but another thing, probably my second favorite thing about living out here, it's extremely cheap living. I don't have a house payment because when I bought this house, we paid cash for it, so I don't have a house payment. So all I have is my space rent, and that had been $290 a month for the longest time. And just this year, the owner finally had to raise it. He raised it to 320, which is still very cheap. So he didn't want to do it, but everything's gone up in cost, and his costs have gone up too for, maintenance and upkeep and that and taxes. So, he didn't really have a choice, but that's still really cheap living. All I pay for is my electricity bill and my phone bill. Water, sewer, garbage is provided. Yeah, so you just can't beat that. It's pretty tough to anymore, but that's definitely a pro. And the owner is an extremely generous man. He has all kinds of heavy equipment. He's got every kind of tool that you could possibly imagine. Like, for instance, if you want to power wash your home, he's got a power washer you can use. He's just, at no cost. He's just wonderful. There is a maintenance man that he employs out here, and if you have a need for help with something, he will come and help you. Like when I mow my lawn, I call him, and him and his workers come over and get my yard waste when I'm done mowing my lawn and haul it off for me, and it doesn't cost me a dime. So it is just, I just can't imagine a better place to live personally. Like I said, I have no desire to own my own property because at this stage in my life, I just don't want that responsibility to have to, take care of that. And I'm on a very fixed income, so I don't know that I could afford to take care of, maintain a piece of property. So, that too is definitely a very good thing. So, but anyway, those are definitely some of the pros for living out here. And I am just very content and happy out here. I feel safe and secure. I've got very cheap living. I live, now this might not be a pro for some people, but like I said, I grew up here in this town, so I'm on familiar ground, so I do kind of enjoy that. I don't think I could ever go to the grocery store without running into someone I went to high school with. The definite con to that would be if it's a day where you look crappy and you haven't done anything to yourself, you can about guarantee you're gonna run into somebody you know. But you get to a point where you don't really care anymore. But anyway, I think now would be a good time for me to go hop on that bike and I'll take you guys for a tour. So let's do this. Okay, here we go on the big bike ride. This is my little neighborhood. Here, I'm just kind of walking my bike out to the street. Just give you a little pan around. It's my street, my neighbor's houses. And this is just an absolutely gorgeous day. So here we go. Oops. Okay, so that concludes our bike ride. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my house, so I think this is a good place to end the tour. Thank you so much for stopping by and coming to my channel. I would just really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up or a like, and even subscribe would be just really helpful. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. See you next time.